Everybody. Today is very special. I'm taking you on a tour on the 27 Nakshatra temples. And this year I took a trip to the 27 Nakshatra temples in Tamil Nadu. And this video is to introduce the trip, and I will then be doing separate videos for each one of the Nakshatra temples. So come with me on this wonderful journey, and I'll explain what is the importance of these temples. Hello, I'm Komilla Sutton. Do remember to subscribe and to press the bell notification, as you are going to be introduced to the 27 Nakshatra temples. I went there this year, and it has been a long time planning. As you may be aware of, that once a year I take my students and my um, clients and different people to a trip to India. These are all astrological trips. So we visit the 9 planetary temples, we visit other astrology related temples, and do the remedial measures and rituals. So a few years ago, somebody told me that there are 27 temples for the 27 nakshatras. So, of course, I was writing my book on nakshatras as well. So I was very excited about it, and I decided to go and check it out and plan the tour. And this tour, it took almost like 5 years in planning, because these nakshatra temples are very obscure. They are in hidden parts of Tamil Nadu. Some of the temples are the major temples, but many of them are hidden away, unknown, and not in such a good condition as well. So my idea to visit all the temples was that I wanted people to get aware of these temples so that they can visit them, and also especially the temples that are in a very bad state, so that we could go and awareness, and then the devotees go there, and the temple gets re-energized. So this journey started many years, and this year finally I did all the temples. I took videos and recordings and photographs. So I'm going to share that and also explain each temple where it is as we go along. So from Ashwini to Revati, all the 27 nakshatra temples are there. There is no temple for Abhijit. As you know, Abhijit is not to be worshipped. There's no temple for Abhijit. But what you notice about these temples is that in the Puranic literature, it was given that this temple has the Shakti, or the power, to heal the issues of a particular nakshatra. And the temples have their own stories that tell us of this information. And I was also skeptical, are these really the nakshatra temples? But as I started visiting them, I always had a translator, because some of the information is written in Tamil. And I started finding that they were written on the boards. This nakshatra is there, that one is there. Then I visited Vishakha Nakshatra temple, and there was nobody there, and there was this one guy. As I was leaving, they said, would you have some prasad from me? And I said, why are you doing the prasad? So they said, it is today moon is in Vishakha, and this is our parihara. We have traveled 300 miles, left early morning today to come to this temple so that we can do parihara, means remedy. So we can do remedy for Vishakha Nakshatra. And then, it was very beautiful. And so why do people visit these temples? So firstly, there is a lot of Shakti when the moon is in that particular nakshatra. Then there is a lot of activity, even in the quiet temples where people don't go otherwise. There will be a lot of activity if the moon is in that nakshatra. And then they tend to, each temple will have free food on that day, annadan. So you can also arrange yourself to do annadan. Of course, for me, because I was taking a trip, we had to visit all the nakshatras in that trip time. So it was not possible for us to go to, nakshatra temple according to the dina, because these temples are over 2,500 miles spread across Tamil Nadu. And Rohini is in Kanchipuram and Kritika is in Kumbakonam. So it's quite far away, it's like a great distance. And then, you go to, after Kritika, you will go to Rohini, and then after Rohini, the next one is Mrigasira that comes back to um, Kumbakonam again. So this was a journey of love, and I want to share all this information with you so that you can go yourself. If you can't go, you can have this darshan of these temples, beautiful temples. And especially there are so many temples that were in a very, decrepit state, very difficult, but old temples. None of them are new, brand new temples built for some kind of propagation or fame. They are old temples with great Shakti there. But one very heartening thing was, and the two temples that I remember, one was Kritika and the other was Jeshta temple. When we went to visit the Kritika temple before, it was totally in a broken down condition. And the priest said to us, please bring your people. We want people to know this temple is totally, nobody visits. It's so dead. And we had to actually find the priest to bring us there. So when we went as part of the trip, it was astonishing. The temple somebody had made the donation. The temple was totally new. It was so beautiful and so energized. And the priest was so happy to have us there and welcoming. And we did the Abhishekam and the puja, and beautiful, beautiful experience. And then the Jeshta temple, that is near Kumbakonam, it was so depressing. And the priests were depressed. They couldn't care less. They're not careless. There was no people there. And the temple was totally in ruins. And then when we went this time, everything is changed. It was so beautiful, so nice to see these rejuvenation of the temples. And of course, our visit to these different temples also, you could see the energy and the welcome we received. So all the 27 nakshatras make separate videos for them. Now, what about these temples? What type of temples they are? Majority of the temples are temples dedicated to Lord Shiva. You don't see anything about the nakshatra there. Only the dina, the day moon is in that nakshatra. That temple is very sacred to visit there for remedies. And if you have your moon placed in that nakshatra, you will go. But we also found your lagna is in the nakshatra or planets there. Obviously, we were doing the yatra, visiting all the temples. As I said, that mostly the temples are Lord Shiva. A few of them are dedicated to Lord Vishnu. So you pray to Lord Vishnu. The ritual is the same. You go, you pray, you give your nakshatra, you do the archana. But each temple has a different Puranic story and has a different energy. And you'll see as you go through this journey that how exciting and beautiful it is. And then the only one temple from Mrigasira belonged to goddess Durga. So that was very beautiful. We went to the Mrigasira temple. This Vana Durga temple is there. I'll give the proper names and everything for each of the nakshatras and also how you reach there when I talk about the separate nakshatras. So this is a journey that I'm inviting you to come and to see in your armchair wherever you are. You can visit. And I'm also introducing you to my 2020 trip, which is in Tirupati. So you can see this video that follows this conversation. And if you are able to come, you're welcome to come. Otherwise, I'll be posting these videos so that you can come and enjoy wherever you are. Hello, everybody. I would like to invite you to the sacred Tirupati for my 2020 India Temple Tour and Conference. I have been doing these conferences and tours for many years, and Tirupati is one of the most sacred sites, and it is my great pleasure to offer this to you in 2020. All the details are on my website, komilla.com. Plus, I did 2 webinars about the conference, which is going to be in Tirupati, and the tour, and the links are below. The conference has got some major scholars and of Jyotish. It is a community. You get to share knowledge and meet all very powerful speakers and teachers with so much knowledge that you will be just living in it. And it's a wonderful, fun experience as well, serious as well as fun. And then in the temple trip, we're visiting some new temples that any Western groups have not been there in Tirupati, in and around Tirupati. And all the details are there in my webinar, so you can listen to that. But I invite you, do come, do enjoy this very spiritual experience and very Jyotish-wise enhancing experience. My trips are all about Vedic astrology. So although we are visiting temples, we are doing the study, we are doing it with the view as a remedial measure for Vedic astrology. We are seeing them as a view of enhancing our Vedic knowledge as well as our Vedic astrology knowledge. So I welcome you. I hope you can join. Thank you very much. Namaste.